Here's one of the drawbacks of Brough. When the wind is in the west, it blows down the line of boats and they don't go down level. So my neighbour, who's got a lot of windage, has blown across this way. And hopefully tonight we'll be able to shift them back a bit to get them level. Otherwise it's going to be a slightly unlevel night. Morning.
Morning.
It's come right. Yeah, I had to sit around all day yesterday waiting for the wind to drop and it's gone now, so.
Yeah.
I don't know whether you can see it, but the idea is that you can't sail if there's no wind, and you can see the wind on the water here. But the trouble is sometimes the wind is back in the strength of the current, so you have to try and guess whether it's worthwhile going for an easier piece of wind somewhere. Or you go into the current. It's hard to know, there's bits where you can see where there is no wind. There's no point in trying to sail where there's no wind. So you can see, I can see anyway, ahead of me, there's a little zephyr leads across here. And quite often the wind is faster at the front of these little puffs than it is 30 feet back from the front edge, because it's really a curl of air coming down. Now I can see that there's a big gap here, so I will try to get through to the next bit. Although there's a little puff over there, I don't know if you can see that, can you? Maybe not. Very hard to see. Yeah, you just about see it there. The tide is slopping in, it's really coming in fast, and I'm out in the boat. It's about 12 o'clock on a Thursday. We've got a nice day and there's supposed to be a mist tomorrow, so I'm going to moor up behind Whitten Island is my plan tonight. I was only just going to use the jib But then the breeze is so lovely, and I've rigged the main so that it's got the deepest reef, so there's not much sail up. It feels absolutely brilliant. The boat is sailing beautifully. This tide is fantastic. Whether or not I've got enough sail area up to beat the tide, I think I probably have. I can play along this shore a bit, which would be good fun. Look for the shallow bits where there's less tide running. Lovely day. It's been worth sitting down below out of the rain. Just what a waste of time really, sitting in the boat just out of the rain mad. Boat sailing beautifully. So I'm coming up the back of Whitton Island, and the tide is coming in still fairly hard. So my plan is to spend the night here. Once the tide turns and the wind and the tide are going in the same direction, it'll be very comfortable. And hopefully by the time the tide turns around and come in again tonight, then the wind will have dropped away. This one's pretty steep too, 4 metres. Five metres, 4.7 knots, and really not much of it. Maybe a knot from the wind. Can't be that much. It's about 4:30 in the afternoon, I think. And the tide's on its way out. Looks as though there's a bank of cloud. I'm running against the tide into the sun. Got 1.6 feet, 1.5 feet underneath me. 1.5 metres underneath me. Beg your pardon. Delightful. else, been a lovely day. Absolutely brilliant. Couldn't have asked for more. Even if I just pack up tomorrow and go home, it would be absolutely brilliant. 70 quid for the petrol though, 30 quid for the boat and 40 for the car. It's a lot of money. I should remember this anchorage, it's been good. So far. Could always get horrible tonight, of course, but so that was great. Pasta tonight. Pasta with a few mini tomatoes thrown in. Geese have suddenly got excited. Funny creatures. Supper tonight is pasta, pesto, mini tomatoes. That's it. Nice and simple. I have my heater going here. And although I think it's probably about 2 degrees outside, it's perfectly warm in here. Well, when I say perfectly warm, obviously I've got a snood on and a fleece, 2 fleeces, and I haven't had my hat off for 2 days. So, have a look. Woo! Supper. If you watch anything on your laptop, can I suggest you buy some speakers? Makes a massive difference. By the way, this is True Grit. Fantastic film, both of them. To watch 2 versions, the original and this one from 2010, is just great. It's a fantastic version of it.
What was your business there?
Keep Turning Left will be better with speakers too, actually. This is the first of my many It's Cold pieces for this winter. This is the first time it really has been cold. Great night on the boat, very peaceful. Lovely evening last night, great sunset. Sun came up this morning, so I've been hanging around Trent Falls filming it at low tide with this mist. Looks great, lots of birds about. Sun's doing great things. Look, this is the morning. However, fog's rolling in, just as they said it would. So, here's the question, can I get lost on the Humber? I hope not. Yeah, if I head north, I'll find the shore and I'll know which bit of shore I've got. The weatherman says this should burn off at about 10. And it wasn't predicting anything for Hull. It was predicting clear for Hull, so, you know, any luck, this will clear. But actually it's coming thicker again now. Wow, that's a really thick patch. Just the visibility goes, it is extraordinary. I can still get back, whatever happens, because I can just get back on the echo sounder. Just by following along the shore on a rising tide. I know there are no bumps between here and Brough. There's nothing unexpected or awful along the bank. It's fairly gradual. How do birds do that? How do they fly? They fly in the fog. Oh, there they are. Don't know if you can see those at all. Wow. Just flocks come in and go. Amazing. Time to kill that kettle. It's making a horrible noise. Tea's ready. It's coming thicker, so I'm going to stand in the cockpit for a bit. Stand in the companionway. That is the other good thing about sailing by yourself, is that you can hog the companionway. It's the best bit of the boat, it's the best place to be standing. It's a lovely place. Especially with 8 candles behind me, there's quite a waft, warm air coming up here from the 8 tea lights. And the meth heater's going too, so that warms me up. I might have some toast. It's a great place to be though. Absolutely magic. There is just the faintest breeze. And I fancy it's going blue up there. Probably not enough breeze to beat the tide, but rising tide I can go very shallow. I guess you can tell whether they're coming towards you or going away by those honks. So I guess geese must have pretty good directional hearing even when they're flying. Well, you can imagine stuff in this mist, it is amazing. You imagine all sorts of things that aren't there. You imagine that you can see, I can't see those trees at all, but I keep on imagining I can. There is quite a breeze, so it will go. It'll burn and blow off. Okay, it's 10:30 and it still hasn't burnt off. So the tide is still rising and there is a little bit of a breeze. So I'm going to lift up the hook, unfurl the genoa and sneak along the shore as close to it as possible with the rudder half up and the keels and the keel right up and the centre plate right up. That's my plan. But as you can see, there's not much light. I can just about see that bank, so with a combination of the wind and the echo sounder, I think I'll be alright. We'll see. I've got the main up and that's all. And what I'm trying to do is to come across the shallow bit. I am moving through the water. Not moving very fast against the land because the water's moving so fast against me, but if I can get closer to the shore. It's a sort of broad reach. There's not much wind at all. I might have to give up and put the outboard on, which would be a shame. But there is a breeze, I can feel a breeze. Oh no, here we go, we're making progress against the shore now. You see that? Two metres, yeah. It's amazing what a bit of shallowness will do. Well, visually the journey's not going to be that exciting, but I'm sailing in the fog with 2 metres underneath me, so I can get less. Wind's just gone. Back again. Of course I still haven't made it to the lock yet. Oh, that's quite a bit of wind. Very, very slow progress though. There's the lock, and here's the shore. So I'm going to follow the shore until the mist burns off. The breeze is picking up a bit.